From arch enemies like Mr. Nimbus,
Richard, you have desecrated the sacred treaty betwixt land and sea. Now face the wrath of your once and eternal foe, Mr. Nimbus.
to genius inventions like Mr. Meeseeks,
Hey there, I'm Mr. Meeseeks.
Mr. Meeseeks, I would like to take 2 strokes off my golf game.
Ooh, yeah! Can do!
Nailed it.
The vast universe of Rick and Morty is filled with characters who flash across the screen for just a few fleeting moments, but possess such quirky personalities and magnetic charm that they can outright steal the audience's hearts. So today, let's take a moment to revisit those faces that almost stole the spotlight in ways no one could have anticipated. Mentioning the supporting characters who once stole the spotlight in Rick and Morty, the first name that surprises you is none other than Mr. Meeseeks. The first appearance was from a simple blue tin box, a being with light blue skin, a big cheerful grin, and the catchphrase,
Hey there, I'm Mr. Meeseeks.
quickly became a pop culture icon. The allure of Mr. Meeseeks doesn't just lie in their bizarre appearance or high-pitched voice, but in their tragic philosophy of existence, where their very being brings them suffering. Meeseeks aren't born to enjoy life, they're created solely to complete a single task and vanish as soon as it's done. If the job drags on for more than a few hours, they start losing control and spiral into chaos.
I can't take it anymore! I just want to die! We all want to die! We're Meeseeks!
The biggest mistake the Smith family made was letting the Meeseeks help a useless guy like Jerry improve his golf swing. From being devoted helpers, the Meeseeks gradually spiraled into madness when they couldn't make Jerry hit the ball better. They started cloning themselves, arguing, and eventually plotting to take Jerry out altogether to complete their mission and free themselves from existence.
But we will get all strokes off his game! Where's he going? When we kill him! Mr. Meeseeks!
The shift from cheerful dedication to schizophrenic violence created one of the most haunting yet hilarious episodes of the series. Although Jerry eventually succeeded in making a shot, helping the Meeseeks complete their mission and disappear, for fans of Rick and Morty, the image of Mr. Meeseeks, even if he only appeared in one episode or a few fleeting scenes afterward, has left an unforgettable impression. He's a side character that not only makes us laugh, but also evokes pity and, at the same time, a fair bit of fear.
Shield me from the law! Yes, sir!
Stand down!
If Mr. Meeseeks represents the pain of existence, then the next name on this list sparks a revolution for equality. Snuffles, the fluffy little white dog of the Smith family. From a lowly creature once only scurrying around at the feet of humans and scolded by Jerry for peeing in the house, with Rick's intervention and an IQ-enhancing helmet, this innocent dog transformed into a military genius with ambitions to completely reshape the world's order.
Whoa, hey, buddy, what you got going on there?
Snuffles fix. Make better. Humans understand Snuffles now?
Snuffles, later known as Snowball, is not just a side character meant to amuse the audience, but a symbol of rebellion against oppression. Do you still remember that spine-chilling moment when the little dog, clad in a massive robotic suit, stood by Summer's bed and asked,
Where are my testicles, Summer? They were removed. Where have they gone?
A once timid Snuffles had now renamed himself Snowball and led an entire army of pet dogs to stage a coup against humanity, locking the Smith family up to avenge the years of mistreatment. Snowball isn't a cruel villain, he's simply a being awakened and enraged by the injustices of humankind. However, what truly captures the audience's hearts about this character is the pure affection he has for Morty.
To hell with my kingdom, Bean Counter. I would trade it all for my human's health and happiness.
Despite having everything in his grasp, Snowball is willing to give up his kingdom to search for a new planet for dogs simply because he cannot bear to hurt the only friend who has always loved him sincerely. The intertwining of extraordinary intelligence, power, and a loyal heart has turned Snuffles into a supporting character that leaves a profound impression of compassion in the audience's minds, even when standing at the peak of revenge.
Jerry?
I'm sorry. It's just like the end of Old Yeller.
Oh, Jerry.
The character who once made Rick Sanchez lose the spotlight in his own home is none other than Mr. Nimbus. Appearing right in the first episode of Season 5, Mr. Nimbus steps into the world of Rick and Morty not just with his massive trident, sparkling speedo, and sleek back hair, but also with an almost over-the-top confidence. The King of the Ocean isn't just Rick's self-proclaimed nemesis, but also one of the rare characters who genuinely makes the genius scientist tread carefully.
No, I've seen you fuck a planet, and this is the guy you're afraid of?
What makes Mr. Nimbus truly stand out from Rick's other enemies is his over-the-top confidence, so exaggerated it's downright hilarious, and his absurd ability to control the police.
Say goodbye to your precious dry land, for soon it will be wet. Wet!
Yeah, global warming's already doing that, asshole.
Instead of relying on cutting-edge tech weapons, Nimbus subdues his opponents with his bizarrely charming demeanor and his mighty trident. Mr. Nimbus isn't just a flamboyant villain, he's also one of the rare few who truly understands Rick's past. The guy bold enough to call him Richard and poke at his deepest emotional wounds.
Respect you. Now all that's left is pity for a sad, drunk shell of a man, too afraid to see how alone he truly is. If Diane were alive today.
From his grand entrance riding on a giant seashell to the nail-biting rescue in the Narnia dimension, Mr. Nimbus always knows how to make himself the center of attention with his confident and arrogant demeanor. Nimbus's allure also lies in how he manipulates the psychology of the entire Smith family. While Rick scrambles to maintain his own dignity, Nimbus effortlessly charms Beth and Jerry with his free-spirited nature, leading them to accept a daring love triangle by the end of the episode.
Getting cold feet?
No. Please don't tell Rick.
He wouldn't understand.
Yes, he would.
The absurdity yet undeniable power of Mr. Nimbus completely overshadowed Rick's presence in his own home, turning him into one of the most memorable supporting characters in Rick and Morty.
Summer, he's Mr. Nimbus. He controls the police.
If you think the superheroes in the world of Rick and Morty are all shining examples of moral virtue, then Supernova will completely change your mind. Appearing in the classic episode Vindicators 3, this cosmic entity of a woman leaves a strong impression with her dazzling appearance like a miniature galaxy. Her violet-hued skin and tiny orbiting planets exude the aura of a true leader. But don't let that Guardians of the Galaxy-esque fool you, because when the shimmering facade is torn apart in drunk Rick's deadly game, viewers are left stunned to uncover the corruption lurking beneath that heroic exterior.
Whoa, didn't see that coming.
Is that sarcasm? I don't want you slipping away when this is over. All of these deaths are on your hands.
Supernova is not just a fallen hero. She embodies an obsession with fame and absolute power. Behind her flowing, cloud-like hair lies a ruthless mind ready to wipe out an entire planet like Dorian 5 or kill her own teammates without a shred of remorse.
God damn it!
What happened on Dorian 5?
Nothing.
Nothing? We exterminated a planet.
The moment Supernova took down her lover, Million Ants, just to cover her tracks was a shocking twist that sent chills down our spines.
Damn, she double-crossed Snuffles.
Silence! I'm going to enjoy this.
This superheroine captured all the attention not with intense fiery action scenes, but with a chilling psychological transformation. From a dazzling savior admired by everyone, she suddenly turned into a cold-blooded killer with a heart frozen by vengeance in just a fleeting moment. She makes viewers genuinely shudder and question, in a vast multiverse teeming with monsters, could those who bear the title of superheroes actually be the most terrifying threat of all?
Are you ready? There's a choo-choo train, man, he's rolling down tragedy. Everybody knows Supernova fights gravity.
Rick, Supernova's getting away. Who cares? But she was trying to kill us.
If the four previous names were alien entities or superheroes, the fifth character comes straight from the dark corners of the Smith family's mind, Night Summer. Appearing in an episode steeped in thrilling horror vibes, the night person version of Summer isn't just a fleeting side character, but a commanding villain, the only one who truly makes Rick Sanchez taste a crushing defeat reign in his own domain.
You see, Night You is not in charge. Night I am.
Unlike a teenage Summer who can sometimes be a bit impulsive, Night Summer isn't just a sleepy alter ego. She is the supreme leader and the military strategist of the Night family. With her lethargic demeanor, glowing eyes piercing through the darkness, and a raspy, menacing voice, she turned a mundane request like wash the dishes into a full-blown revolution overthrowing the tyranny of the Day family.
The function of the daemonoid is to serve the night. Work harder, harder!
It is natural for the day to serve the night.
Night Summer embodies the resistance of the exploited, refusing to accept the fate of a dreamy slave merely doing the grunt work ordered by Rick.
Sorry, Rick, but your opinion means very little to me. Did you think you could stop me with this?
The allure of this character also lies in the fact that she defeated Rick using his own arrogance against him. Night Summer is so decisive and terrifying that she established a perfect nighttime empire, turning the entire family into slaves and controlling everything with an iron discipline.
Night was here long or day. Half of all time is night time.
Please, I hate exercise.
Silence! Crunch harder!
Ironically, after holding power over the family for too long and spending recklessly, even getting logged out of Twitter because she forgot her password, that power eventually crumbled.
Whoa, how long have we been asleep?
It can't be that long.
Although only appearing in one episode, the image of Night Summer proves one thing. Sometimes the most dangerous threat doesn't come from the vast universe out there, but from the very darkness within each person.
I have always been here, Rick. Deep inside the mind of your grandchild, waiting to come out.
If you've just gone through a terrifying and horrifying Night Summer, then let's move on to the next character whose very name makes us burst out laughing. None other than Mr. Poopybutthole. Mr. Poopybutthole first appeared in the episode about space parasites, stepping into the world of Rick and Morty as a longtime friend of the Smith family. Cheerful, optimistic, and always brimming with energy, along with his signature catchphrase,
Ooh-wee! Whatever you want, Rick. We're here to help.
Thanks, Mr. Poopybutthole. I always could count on you.
It was this almost too perfect purity that led Beth to mistakenly believe that he was a parasite, as there wasn't a single bad memory of him. The moment she grabbed a gun and shot Mr. Poopybutthole straight in the chest not only shocked the audience, but also pushed his relationship with the Smith family to the brink of irreparable damage.
Can he have visitors?
He'd like to be alone. He told me to tell you he's sorry you didn't have bad memories of him.
However, what truly makes Mr. Poopybutthole stand out is not just the fact that he was once a close friend of the Smith family, but also his unique role as a narrator who breaks the fourth wall to connect directly with the audience after each session or in post-credit scenes.
I got a large pepperoni and some crazy sticks.
Hey, what'd you think of that finale, huh? You think the Smith family's gonna be okay?
While Rick and Morty always manage to escape trouble in miraculous ways, Mr. Poopybutthole's life ends up bearing the harshest and most realistic consequences of being involved with them. From losing his job as a professor at a university, to a broken marriage that spirals into addiction and a deep state of depression.
Never got my job at the university back, remember that? Rick made me do karate. No, it was kind of funny. But I guess things went downhill from there.
The image of a man with an absurdly long head, lonely in a small apartment, desperately trying to reclaim his family or even steal back his own life in another dimension, touches the darkest corners of emotion.
Oh, remember when I stole my kid? I stole one of these, too. Oh, it's all about having a goal.
Mr. Poopybutthole isn't as smart as Rick, nor does he have truly explosive moments on screen, but the way his character grabs the audience's attention after every time he appears probably lies in his personality, both humorous and deeply laced with an endless loneliness and despair.
Yep, don't any of you worry about Mr. Poopybutthole. I got a lot of work to do, but I'll land on my poopy little feet. I always do.
To talk about the most iconic supporting characters who possess their own massive backstories, we can't overlook Ice-T, or more precisely, Walter T. At first, he only appeared as a famous guest helping Rick and Morty save Earth with music in the episode Get Swifty, but the more you watch, the more you realize he's not just the last surviving rapper after the Grammy Awards. He's an ancient entity named Walter T, exiled for his indifference to everything.
I was frozen and exiled to the cosmos by my elders as punishment for not caring enough about anything.
So what made such an indifferent guy grab the audience's attention like that? Exactly. While Rick was trying to save Earth from the Krummelins, Ice-T chose to walk away because he was too used to not caring. But at the very moment Earth was about to get destroyed, he decided to come back and use his own body to block the plasma beam, willingly shattering himself to save the entire world.
Word of your selfless acts on the Earth planet have traveled across the galaxy.
I have changed. I am ready to rejoin my brethren on Alpha B Trio.
That was an incredible journey of character evolution. From the cold and unfeeling Ice-T, he transformed into the empathetic Walter T, and by the time we reached the episode Rise of the Numbericons, we witnessed the image of a powerful king.
Magma T.
The moment Magma T used the power of hip-hop to unite the entire universe and finished off the enemy with a shot to the groin was not only highly entertaining, but also completed a character arc that was deeply satisfying for the audience.
I have to warn you, I'm a prime number. I'm only divisible by myself.
Yeah, and my dick's magma now, but we'll figure it out.
The next character that cannot go unmentioned in the list of the most outstanding supporting characters, a brooding, rough around the edges figure and the embodiment of late-stage regret, Homesteader Rick. Appearing in the Western-themed episode, The Rick, the Mort, and the Ugly, Homesteader Rick initially seems like just a washed-up old farmer Rick living a secluded life on a backwater trash asteroid in the Citadel. However, behind that rugged exterior lies a past full of power. He was once the former chief engineer of the Citadel's cloning department, the man who held the secrets to the existence of millions of Mortys. It's precisely the contrast between a shady past and a peaceful present that makes his character irresistibly compelling.
Deep down, you super love Mortys?
Not really. I'm just really good at making you. I mean, look how you turned out.
Don't give yourself credit.
He didn't save the Mortys out of the warm love of a grandfather, but because of the self-respect of a craftsman who couldn't stand seeing his creations being exploited by mediocre jerks like Boss Hog Rick. The final message, create memories that aren't fake, as he launched the ship carrying the Morty clones into space, stands as one of the most humanizing moments in the series that viewers have ever witnessed.
What do we do now? Go home? We decide where home is, for each of us. That old homesteader wanted us to make memories for ourselves. No Morty towns, or citadels, or huddling together.
The final battle of Homesteader Rick at the Citadel wasn't just about avenging his farm and slaughtered livestock, but also a journey of redemption for a man who had spent his entire life creating misery for others. The image of him detonating the entire Citadel, willingly turning to ashes alongside his enemies to break the cycle of slavery, transformed Homesteader Rick from a forgettable side character into a full-blown superhero in the eyes of the Mortys.
Maybe he survived it? It's time to grow up.
What do you think about the moment when Homesteader Rick detonated the bomb? It's hard not to take a minute of silence for this old farmer, isn't it? If one had to pick a character that embodies the question, how terrifying is the Sanchez family gene, that name would be none other than Space Beth. What would happen if Beth Sanchez truly inherited her father's crazy adventurous streak? No longer stuck with horse surgeries or the worries of keeping her marriage alive, Space Beth is a rebellious warrior in outer space, the most wanted fugitive in the galaxy.
Hi. Don't be afraid to surrender.
Yeah, you could even join us as an unlikely ally.
Appearing in an ultra cool look with a half-shaved head, battle scars, and a body upgraded with technology and machinery, Space Beth isn't just a side character, she's the embodiment of freedom and solitude, just like her father.
Honey, you're back.
You seem surprised.
You never wrote.
And never exploded?
What I'm hearing is that you think that's a bomb.
Born from one of Rick's brutally heartless decisions, where he chose to clone his daughter and erase all memories so he couldn't even tell who was the original and who was a copy, Space Beth is the child Rick abandoned. She had to learn how to survive on her own in the universe, rocking her dad's signature style at the age of 30.
So we overrode the gates, and the slave rebellion took the capital. Pretty cool.
Very cool. My daughter, having space adventures.
Although she had a tendency for violence from a young age, when she turned to the Smith family and reunited with a person she herself didn't even know was her clone to her original self, Space Beth and the current version of Beth were familiar with, managed to develop empathy and even feelings for each other.
We forgot the ice cream. I want you back in my guts like I'm one of your sick little fillies.
Space Beth is a reflection of the darkest corners of Rick's soul: selfishness, violence, and a desperate need for validation. However, she surpasses her father in that she dares to face the truth and always seeks to reconnect with her family in her own way.
He told me you're the clone. What do you think he told me? You're the clone? Wow, naive and attractive. Wow, jaded and hot.
She doesn't need Rick's permission to exist, but defines herself through her battles against the Galactic Federation.
Get us out of here. I'll hold them off.
My name is Beth Smith. Tell your top bugs the defiance lives on.
It is the decisiveness, the ultra-cool demeanor, and the complex psychological depth of a woman stripped of her own identity that have turned Space Beth into a symbol of dark feminist power, making every episode featuring her more intense and profound than ever.
Time to go. Oh shit.
In the multiverse filled with arrogant and ruthless versions of Rick Sanchez, there exists one version of Rick who stands out as a glitch in the system. The guy known as Doofus Rick. Coming from the dimension J19 Zeta 7, rumored to be the dimension where everyone eats poop.
Jerry's hanging out with Doofus Rick. Oh, this is perfect. I'm not Doofus Rick. I'm Rick J19 Zeta 7.
Doofus Rick has an appearance almost entirely different from other versions of Rick, with a ridiculous bowl-cut hairstyle, buck teeth, and crossed eyes. He's mocked and looked down upon by the other Ricks in the Council of Ricks, labeled as a dimwit or a total loser.
Oh, is that the timeline where everybody eats poop? Jerry, you know this guy eats poop, right? Hey, I don't eat poop. You guys are always so mean to me.
However, Doofus Rick turns out to be the character with emotional intelligence, EQ, far surpassing any other versions of Rick. While all the other Ricks see Jerry as nothing but trash, Doofus Rick is the only one who recognizes the value of an ordinary person. The moment he comforts Jerry about his coin collection is one of the most touching scenes in the entire show.
You know, Jerry, I'm not gonna tell you that these will increase in value or even hold their current value. The truth is, you bought them because you like them. They have value to you. That's what matters.
This line not only soothes Jerry's bruised ego, but also reflects the chilling pragmatism and cold-heartedness of Rick C-137. Doofus Rick isn't as dumb as you might think. The guy still managed to create portal fluid and bake brownies without an oven, proving that he's not lacking in scientific skills, but simply chooses to live a kind-hearted life instead of a selfish one. The existence of Doofus Rick serves as a mirror reflecting the emptiness within the souls of other Ricks, making him one of those characters who, despite appearing in just one episode, managed to leave behind deeply humanistic moral values.
Jerry, we both know it wouldn't work. It's time to go back to our lives. I love you, Jerry. I love you.
To wrap up the list of supporting characters who almost stole the spotlight, we cannot help but mention a mesmerizing and deeply haunting version of Rick Sanchez known as Memory Rick. If you think the current Rick Sanchez is the most complex version, just wait until you meet the original young version of himself that exists in Bird Person's mind. Not just a lifeless fragment of memory, Memory Rick is a memory with a soul, a ghost from the past, but with a burning desire to live even more intensely than the present.
If you know me and it looks like you do, you know you're dead. I know why you haven't pulled the trigger. You're wondering why I'm old and naked. And you're about to wonder why all your memories before you met Bird Person feel very generic and bird-themed.
This isn't the old, bitter, and brooding Rick Sanchez we're used to seeing, but a youthful, vibrant, and idealistic version. The one that the current Rick sarcastically refers to as a wannabe hipster.
Young Memory Rick and his all-too-real cautionary tale from the future. Let's catch ourselves a bird guy. Who would high-five that, you idealistic hipster douche?
Memory Rick is smart, passionate, and even somewhat naive. He's thrilled by Star Wars-style battles, believes in friendship, and holds onto his own ideals. Memory Rick embodies everything Rick Sanchez once lost. He's disgusted when he sees his future self and adamantly refuses to become that miserable old jerk. However, he still carries the selfish streak and genius mind that are trademarks of the Sanchez bloodline.
Relax, little guy. Chill out.
You piece of shit! You marooned me!
You piece of shit! You ruined Jerry's brain! He likes me now, it's awful!
Fuck you, man! You have a beautiful family!
Memory Rick's journey through the layers of consciousness, from Bird Person to Jerry and then to Beth, feels like a grand jailbreak within the inner world. To find the shadow of Diane, he's willing to manipulate and brainwash his own daughter. This proves that Rick's ruthlessness hasn't changed over time, even if his outward appearance has.
Mom, Dad, I think I just killed Space Beth.
Just drive, sweetie.
We're so proud of you, hon.
The final appearance of Memory Rick in the episode Hot Rick pushed the emotions of the series to a climax as he was willing to abandon all realities just to live forever in a digital glass cage alongside his late wife. This might be the fulfilling ending he chose for himself to stay away from the current version of Rick. Memory Rick doesn't truly disappear, but was instead frozen in a moment of happiness that could never be real.
Thank you for keeping me alive this long, Rick.
Yeah. Goodbye, Memory Diane.
So we've wrapped up our entire journey exploring 11 underrated side characters who almost stole the spotlight in Rick and Morty. Anyone can become the center of attention if they've got a story that's crazy enough and deep enough. So which character left the biggest impression on you from the list above? Drop a comment so we can discuss together. And as always, thanks for tuning in.